You have to do life. And if you're smart, you do life on your terms and you don't let life make you do it on its terms. I say to my kids, for every challenge that exists, prepare yourself for it. Don't go into it unprepared. The man or woman who's unprepared for a challenge will probably not come out of it the way he or she wants to come out of it. You have a better chance. I'm not telling you that stuff can't happen to you, but you have a better chance if you are prepared for it. Which is why I went and got a PhD. Why? Because I felt like talent-wise, you were prepared to be one of the greatest speakers in this generation. But language-wise, you are not prepared to be one of the greatest speakers. Diversity-wise, you are not prepared. You grew up in Detroit, which is probably the most segregated city in the United States of America. You're not prepared to be diverse because you've not been in an environment that was diverse. You need to go to Michigan State. You need to prepare yourself for where you want to be. So for my children, you will run into some of the greatest humans in life. Prepare yourself to get the most out of that relationship. I was just with somebody recently. It was like, yo, I love you more in person than I did on the videos. That's not by accident. Like, that's by, I walk in the room, your personality, I'm gonna be my authentic self. I'm going to bet, got it. I'm not walking in the room like, Lisa, hello. I'm just sitting there timid and whatever. No, I'm like, yo, this is what presented itself in the room. You a hugger, I'm a hugger. Let's go. And so to my children, yo, prepare for everything. It doesn't mean that you're gonna win because you're prepared, but you have a better chance of winning if you are prepared. So they got mad at me. I sent them to, when they were younger, they might have gone to a 50-50 school in terms of diversity. When they got older, they were the minority. Why are we in high school, we're in minority? Because you're going to Michigan State. So we're not gonna prepare you when you get there, we're gonna prepare you now. So now they're like, okay, Dad, when they travel the world, oh, we are prepared. Why? Because we went to school with, we have friends that are, our teachers were. This was the environment. So I say, racism, economic struggles, marriage, parenting, prepare yourself in advance for these situations so that when they come, you have a better chance of controlling those situations and not letting those situations control you. Kobe said, why would I pass the ball to you when you haven't even trained properly? I used to always wonder, like, why is my man hogging the ball? He's like, yo, why would I have confidence in somebody who's getting to the gym late, who's leaving early, we losing, doesn't seem to care that we losing? Why would I give the ball to you? And I'm like, yo, genius. You're not even executing at your own personal responsibility. My whole career is contingent upon what you do and what you don't do. Yeah, I'm taking this. And it shifts my thought process because I'm like, here I am judging from the outside. Why aren't you being a better teammate? But the real question is, why aren't you being a better teammate by seeing my energy and matching my energy? Because we're on the same team with the same goal. I was homeless, but I wasn't discouraged at that point anymore. Like, it was the craziest thing. I was literally homeless practicing sermons. I was literally homeless visualizing being in college. You know, at that time, A Different World was on a spinoff, you know, from The Cosby Show. And like, you could actually, I was like watching A Different World and seeing myself in the cafeteria, seeing myself in the dorm room. So this was the first time in my life that I had this sense of life, this sense of purpose that, yo, I am not worthless, despite the fact that what I considered, my parents, they weren't married. They weren't in a long relationship. Like, I saw myself as an accident. Like, these are two kids, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was in love, in lust, I don't know what it was, but there wasn't a nursery. There wasn't a book with names. You know, there wasn't a baby shower. You know, I looked at myself like I'm an accident. And this is the first person who spoke to me and said, really, you're not an accident. You really were designed to be here, and you have a phenomenal gift that's gonna change the world. And it was at that point, I'm in abandoned buildings, seeing myself speak. I'm in abandoned buildings, you know, seeing crowds. I'm in abandoned buildings, seeing myself travel. And it was at that point, I believe, that this Eric Thomas, not this version, I was definitely the Eric Thomas 1.0, but it was at that point that I began to see myself in the way I'd never seen myself before. If you could dream, like, what would your best life look like for you? if you didn't have to impress your mom or your dad, you didn't have to go to college because your parents went to college, like what would you really do? And then if they can tell me, which most people can, some people are so dark that they don't even know what light would look like. But more often than not, a kid would tell me NBA. I said, no, don't, okay, the NBA is over. Where do you live? Where do you live? Are you married? Do you have children? And if I can figure out where you wanna go, you can literally become rich from your watch. So it's like, yo, instead of you looking at everything that's not, look at what is. So absolutely, is there some stuff to complain about? 1000%. There's a whole bunch of stuff I can complain about. It's a lot of stuff that I can be angry about. But man, my grandmother died at 93, and a month later, my other grandmother died at 90. I didn't realize how quick life was. I'm like, yo, my grandmother was 93. I spent 51 years with both of them. They're gone. It's over. I will never be able to talk to my grandmother again. And I'm next. So because life is short, I don't have time to focus on what's not. I've got to focus on what is, then get up and go get it. And for me, it's like, guys, some of you in this room have opportunities that I don't have. Some of you in this room have connections or network I don't have. And I'm killing the game and you're not. So I need you to understand where you are. America's not perfect. I don't know if there's a place on planet Earth that is. So we're not looking for perfect, but we are looking for opportunity, and we have it. So it's like, yo, say it, because I need you to understand what you have, and then I need you to appreciate what you have, and then I need you to go after everything that's got your name on it with no excuses. Because when I pulled up and I saw, the skyline, I was like, yo, do you know there were people 400 years ago, 300 years ago, who were in the process of building this, and it was a vision, and they never got to experience it? Like, yo, do you know what type of mindset you have to build something that you know that you're not gonna get to enjoy, but yet you put energy into it because you're thinking about the next generation? You've got this vision that's gonna outlast you. Like, that's rare. And so now it's been built. Go fly first class. It's been built. Go live on people ask me, why do you live on the East Coast and then you live on the West Coast? Because it's too coast. That's why. And if I can get a house in the Gold Coast, I'm going there. So it's like, yo, we have opportunity. Whatever you do, don't waste it. Don't cry about it. Get up and go make it happen. This world is fascinated with sports. So we are consumed with hours upon hours of just watching sports. So I say, hey guys, if you're gonna be watching all this sports, like, use the sports world in your world, because you're spending all this time watching it. What kid? And I don't even know if I wanted to go, and play in the majors, but I remember being with my boys on the block, and it was just a couple of us, and I would dream that I was on the plate, 2 outs, 2 strikes, 3 balls, bases loaded, we down by 3, and I'm on the plate. You're on the free throw line, your team's down by 1, you get to shoot 2 free throws and 0 time on the clock, game 7 of the NBA final. Like, we all dream of that. But then when we get in real life, we want to be punks. We get in real life, we soft. It's like, yo, let the gas go up. I'm gonna make more money. Let the inflation go up. Game 7. Like, this game 7 in life. Let's go. If it was easy, everybody would do it. I don't even want it to be easy. Everybody would get a PhD. If it was easy to get a PhD, then it wouldn't be valuable if you could just open up the door. So I tell people, like, look at the tragedies and say, yo, you thought well enough for me to come at me? Batman, you trained in the dark. They ain't say I was born in the dark. This is what I do. Cut all the lights off if you want to. You're not gonna stop me because you got all the lights. Like, this is where I thrive. And I'm saying, if you're a real human, because we are a little different than some of the other things that were created. We have a will. There's some things that we have. I'm like, activate it. Instead of crying and quitting and giving up again. We're going to go through pain. All of us won't get a reward from it. I got a reward for mine. Like, I have worked so hard. When I die, I will physically be dead, but you'll still be knowing about Eric Thomas. You didn't necessarily live to be 100, but the time you had on earth, you put in work. And then you went and dominated one area, and then you start coming over and said, now I'm coming into some other areas. that are not my areas per se, but I'm gonna bring my greatness over here and I'm gonna kill it. And that's all I'm saying to people. Greatness is in you. Activate it.